Okay, so now we're going to talk about the 1960s. And immediately in 1960 itself, there was a big problem because an American spy plane, a U-2 spy plane, U-2 is the name of the type of the plane, very broad wingspan, can fly very high, above the clouds and high up in the atmosphere. And the idea is that it can fly higher than the missiles designed to shoot planes down. So the Russians can see it on radar, they can't do anything about it. So it flies over Russia, taking pictures of the ground, trying to take pictures of troop movements, of army bases, of missile silos, and trying to work out where their defences are, where their nuclear missiles are, just in case if there is a war, they've got a big advantage. That's what this spying's all about. Now, this is the problem. They don't realise that the Soviets have developed new surface-to-air missiles, SAM missiles, that can fly higher and fire higher, and now they've destroyed, or at least, partially destroyed this plane in the air, and the pilots had to eject. The plane has crashed, and Gary Powers, the CIA pilot, he was captured and interrogated, and probably under torture or some sort of duress, admitted that he was actually a spy. The thing is, they immediately accuse the Americans of spying, but the Americans say, "Oh no, it wasn't us. It was a NASA weather plane. It was just blown off course. We weren't spying at all." So they lie about it publicly. But the Soviets have got the evidence that proves the Americans wrong. They've got the pilot saying a different story. They've got the pictures that are not of clouds and weather patterns, that they are actually of the ground and they are of army bases and things. So they release these things and prove the fact that the Americans have been lying. And this is a big problem because there's a big peace conference in Paris coming up, and the Americans have refused to apologise for this, and they've even blamed the Russians in a statement. Eisenhower sort of said, well, because they're so secretive, we've got no choice but to spy on them, trying to put the blame back on them, even though this spying is obviously illegal. You're not allowed to fly over the country's airspace without their permissions, particularly not with military or spy planes or anything like that. So it's causing a big point of tension between two sides, and then makes it even worse the fact that they go to the first day of this conference and Khrushchev demands an apology and explanation from Eisenhower, and he's not willing to give them an apology. So Khrushchev and his delegation leave the conference, and the conference basically doesn't happen because this happens 2 weeks earlier. So this is July 1960. The U-2 spy plane shot down over Russia causes this tension and derails the conference. So they're not able to talk about things that could have led to a de-escalation or lowering of tensions between them because of this issue.